Are you a music producer that uses a limiter on your master bus while you're producing? If so, you might want to check out this video. I'm going to share some of my thoughts on this subject. Although I used to do this, I'm going to tell you why now I don't. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, and welcome to Distinct Mastering. My name is Freddie. I'm a mastering engineer, producer, DJ, and president of Sleeping Giant Music. For over 2 decades, I've helped artists grow their careers, and now I'm here to help you with your music production skills. If you like my content, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and the bell notification will keep you up to date. Now, let's chat about why I personally don't use a limiter on my master bus when producing music. Okay, so I used to use a limiter on my master bus when producing. Some say that this is very necessary. You could consider this what they call top-down mixing. So let's chat about what the concept is first so you understand it. Putting a limiter on the master bus kind of gives you the false impression that you're listening to your music while you're producing it as it may come out mastered or as it's much louder. You slap a limiter on the master bus, you lower the threshold, drop the ceiling, -6, -9, -12, whatever you decide to do. And from there, what's going to happen is it's just going to be much louder. I honestly used to do this myself. And I will tell you now, I personally think it just doesn't work for me. I'm getting better mixes by not putting a limiter on my master bus. When I used to do it, I thought I was getting the impression of what it would sound like mastered. Mind you, this is a long time ago before I was doing mastering when I was just a young producer. And I was wrong. You know, it really does alter the way your mix is perceived. And it sounds good, but then once you turn that thing off, your mix is all over the place. That's what at least happens to me. If it works for you, there's no rules. Do it. But let's talk about why I think that this is a bad move. So you put the limiter on, it's hitting hard, your song sounds good, everything's grooving. Once again, you turn that thing off, boom, you've lost it. It's lifeless. It was lifeless before. That's the problem. You were chopping off all your peaks. So if you're working with a limiter and you're chopping off all your peaks, let's think about that. How could you accurately put compression on an individual track? Would you even know if a track might need compression because you're slamming it through a limiter? Those are some concepts you need to think about. Also, when you're putting things through a limiter, things in the back become more up in the front. And maybe you're not going to notice that that hi-hat might need a little sparkle. Those are just some of the things that I think about in my older age of music production and engineering. I've been doing this quite a while. And when I was young, I used to think I knew a lot, but I really didn't know shit. So, you know, from my experience, putting a limiter on the master bus just doesn't seem to work for me. I will occasionally put it on just to check how things are sounding loud, usually after I'm done with the music production. Or if I want to bounce it and I want to listen to it in the car or send it to the person I'm working with, maybe we just want a louder version. Sure. Put the limiter on then. But while I'm working, I personally don't think it's a good idea. Once again, these are just my ideas, my thoughts. There's no rules to this game. You can do what you want. But I advise you to think about that. And the next time you do a mix, try doing it without a limiter. So next week, we're going to talk further about this subject of the mix bus. In part 2, we are going to talk about the previous stage of what people might do, which is EQ and compression. A lot of people like to slap on their master bus an EQ, a compressor, and then a limiter or whatever form or saturation, this, that, and the third. You know, that's fine. There's not one, master chain, that end all be all that works on every song, in my opinion. I take every song when I'm mastering on a case-by-case basis, or every album and each track individually on a case-by-case basis. And that's how I think you should approach it too, but I'm not here to tell you how to produce. I can only give you my opinion. So once again, next week, I'm going to get into the mix bus, and that's the name of this series. So next week, we'll talk about compression, and the week after that, we'll talk about EQ, And for now, if you have any questions, shoot me a comment down below. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and the bell notification will keep you up to date. Once again, my name is Freddie from Distinct Mastering, and have a great day.